I just wanted to talk to you about reading. As a culture, we sometimes don't consider our own vocabularies and how they affect our lives. We are always going to be benefited by having a solid vocabulary. Henry Hazlitt, an author, stated that a man with a scant vocabulary will almost certainly be a weak thinker. I don't know of anyone that wants to be a weak thinker or be considered to be a weak thinker or even have their children be considered weak thinkers. I love and have always loved books ever since I was a little girl, and I want to share that love with you. I've researched over the time many benefits of reading and how they can help us in our daily lives and until we pass. What I share with you, it will help you understand how to have a better vocabulary, improve your empathy, and relieve stress. You may ask yourself, why do we need to read books? Henry Hazlitt went on to say that knowledge of things and knowledge of the words for them grow together. If you do not know the words, you can hardly know the thing, which basically means that we can't fully experience the world around us without knowing how to even describe what we're experiencing. It just becomes a gray place. There's no way to describe how we go to school, what we do every day without knowing the words to describe that. One of the things that can happen in life that we see often is a link to illiteracy and crime without a great vocabulary. The Department of Justice states that 70% of American inmates actually cannot read above a 4th grade level, which is an indication of our society today. Lack of reading can also cause a lack of empathy. Relationships, every day we see divorces at a higher rate than ever. Our parents are putting children in jail, and children are putting their parents in jail because they're unable to relate to them. They just don't understand what that other person could be feeling and can't put themselves into that person's shoes. Stress is also a major part of our modern life. It's fast-paced. We're doing everything we can to cram everything into one day. Work, school, activities, especially if we have children, then we have those children's activities as well. So we don't stop until we sleep. But all of these problems can be solved by immersing ourselves into a different world, maybe just once a day. Reading can expand your vocabulary. So the Institute of Education actually states that children who read for pleasure, they can benefit later in life. So we strive for our children to be better. So let's show them how to be better by example, by reading. It can also help us develop compassion or empathy. We can place ourselves in someone else's shoes by reading through this person's eyes. We see how they live, what they think, how they feel, and so we can relate to them better. We can gain a greater emotional intelligence. Just learning how to relate to each other can help us not only in our personal lives, but it can also help us in our work life. When we can understand how to relate to our coworkers, our boss, we can be more successful and in turn maybe make more money and maybe be even happier. Reading can also reduce our stress. So by joining a book club, reading in a distraction-free setting, you can reduce that stress that you are building up every day in life through all of that activity. So imagine the various ways that you can transform your mind just from reading. Think about what it would feel like to sit in a quiet room, have a glass of wine, sit on the couch, and just immerse yourself. Think about being more capable of helping your child read, do homework assignments, vocabulary lists, English assignments, and just with your own greater vocabulary, you're helping your child understand more. Even that crossword puzzle that you tried to do 2 months ago, and since you've been reading, now it's a breeze. Now it's easy for you to understand, and you can get all the answers right. The first step, though, is to pick up a book, any book, and read. We're all bombarded every day with lists. We're stressed. We're losing our ability to imagine a different world every day. But when we read, we form new ideas, we gain a better understanding of the world around us, and we learn to reduce and relieve our stress. Thomas Carlyle, another author, said that the best effect of any book is that it excites the reader to self-activity. So let that self-activity spur you on to make a trip to the library today. Get a book card and read at the library and take one home with you. It's free, so that's easy. You can also head to the bookstore, grab a coffee, peruse your favorite section, find a good book, sit down and read it, and don't leave without taking a book with you or at least reading while you're there. You can spend at least 30 to 45 minutes a day, even if you want to, reading at a time to be fully immersed into what you're reading. So turn off all the distractions, the computer, the telephone, Facebook, anything that will pull you from that book. And pick something you like. If you don't like it, you're not being forced into reading that particular thing. You can always change to something that you do like. So one day you may lose your hearing, your sight, and you may be in a nursing home unable to really move all that much. But if you've exposed your imagination to several lifetimes worth of books, then you'll always be entertained, and most of all, you'll be able to be free in another world. Thank you.